Hi, welcome back to your 60andMe piano lessons. This is lesson 11, and we're going to be talking about chords. Turn to the back of your book to appendix page 4 and read along with me as we talk about chords. First of all, I just wanted to talk about the fact that chords are so important in music. We can have melodies on their own, but when we add chords to them, it really makes a much more rich sound. You can hear that. There are many different kinds of chords, but today we're going to be focusing on the 4 basic triads. That's 3-note chords that you'll be covering in this book, Upper Hands Piano Book 1. So, chords are based on the pentascales, the 5-note scales that you see at the very back of your book. Here's a C pentascale. Now, if we want to just make a C major chord, we take the 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th note of that pentascale, play them together, and that is a major chord. Now, if we want to make a minor chord, we are going to take that middle note and we are going to lower it 1/2 step to the left. And in the case of C, the E moves from an E to an E flat, and that makes it a minor chord. And notice the difference between a major and a minor is very dramatic. So a major chord sounds kind of happy, cheerful, upbeat, and the minor chord sounds much more dark or pensive. So there's a big difference, but it's great to have both of them in music, right? The dark and the light together. Okay, now to do a diminished chord, which is what we're going to be adding today at the end of exercise number 3, you're going to take the 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th note of the pentascale, but then you're going to lower the middle note 1/2 step to the left, and you're also going to lower the top note, or the 5th note of the pentascale, and you're going to lower that 1/2 step to the left as well. So now for C, we've got a C, E flat, G flat, and that's not only a dark sound, but it's downright eerie, right? It's eerie, it's kind of edgy, but this occurs in many songs and pieces, in jazz, in classical, in all kinds of world music and popular music. The diminished chord is very popular. And then we've got one more chord. We're not going to be using this right away, but once you get to exercise number 4 and then some of the songs towards the back of the book, we're going to have augmented chords. So if you take the 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th note of the pentascale, and then you raise the top note 1/2 step to the right, that is an augmented chord. So an augmented chord also sounds kind of edgy. It's not quite so dark and eerie as the diminished chord, but it also just has a sort of unstable sound. It wants to go somewhere else. So that's one of the ways that we use an augmented chord. We go from a major to the augmented, and then this is a chord you'll be learning later in book 2 to a 6th. But you don't have to worry about that right now. In popular music, you will see above the lines of music these capital letters, these uppercase letters that indicate chords. They're called chord symbols. Now, you only really see them in popular style, so jazz, rock, pop, anything like that, you're going to see chord symbols. And they're there for both guitarists and pianists. Guitarists sometimes don't read notes at all, so they need those chord symbols in order to know what to play to accompany a vocalist or any kind of a melody or any other kind of instrument. But with pianists, we use both. We use chord symbols and we also read the notes. So I wanted to make sure in this book that you would be able to learn how to read both. The bass staff so that you can play written notes, or the chord symbols so that you can play the chords using what you know about chords.